Alrighty. Hello. Welcome to this masterclass. Today we are going to be covering the topic of going from victim to creator. So this is the Alchemy Shift Masterclass with me, your host, Victoria the Alchemist. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here, for choosing yourself, for wanting to learn more, for um, showing up and putting in your time, and yeah, just being a human being that wants to evolve. And I want to guide you through a short few minute conscious little grounding meditation. So I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and let's take a few conscious deep breaths together. So in through the nose, deep inhale, and out through the mouth, exhale. In through the nose, deep inhale, and out through the mouth, deep exhale. Once more. Inhale and exhale. Feel your body, feel the support beneath you, the chair, or whatever you're sitting on. And now I want you to imagine a soft white light above your head. It begins to pour down through your crown. It feels like warm sunlight. It washes over your scalp, your face, your neck, your shoulders, your chest, your arms, your hands, down to the spine, your hips, your legs, all the way to your toes. And it roots down into the earth. It goes deep and grounds you. Now I want you to see your inner child beside you, the pure, innocent, open, curious child that is always within you. They reach out for your hand and you hold it with love and reassurance. Now I want you to see your higher self appear before you. It's the wise, radiant, powerful, and calm version of you. They look into your eyes and you feel their wisdom settle into your heart. And let yourself be held in this sacred union as your breath flows in and out. Feel your energy expand gently beyond your body, beyond the room. Feel it connect to everything, yet stay deeply rooted here. Take one more deep breath in through your nose. A grounding, releasing exhale through your mouth. And slowly return. Feel your seat, wiggle your fingers and toes. Come back to your body. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Awesome. Hope you're feeling amazing. I sure do. So for the sake of um, getting to know each other a little more. Feel free to, if you're watching the replay, comment under the video which one describes you. Are you a coach, healer, intuitive, or are you an entrepreneur? Are you in the corporate, or are you somewhere in the in-between phase? You're in transition, or you're just a soul that likes to learn more, evolve, and yeah, you're devoted to yourself um, revolution. Okay, so I want you to know that you are in the right place if you want to break out of looping and actually move forward. If you are craving freedom of time, of choice, of expression in general in life, if you want to create a life that you genuinely enjoy waking up to, and you want to feel safe in your body, be bold in your vision, and clear in your voice and expression, if you want to get visible with your gifts and soul work, if you want to um, uncover your purpose and step into your mission, and if you are someone that wants to turn your pain into purpose, if you want to release some blocks, limitations, resistance, you are in the right place. So, for the sake of your time and my time, I don't want to waste neither of our times. Let's be really honest. Are you serious about creating your heaven on earth? Or you're just wishing, hoping that you do? Really be honest with yourself, because you have to be willing to change. Oopsie. So here's a masterclass overview. Today you will learn the real reason you're still looping in old patterns and you're stuck in your reality, how to shift your frequency and identity so that you create more success. I'm going to guide you through my signature method for creating lasting results internally and externally. You're going to be learning about alchemy and how to apply it. And we're going to, I would have a Q&A at the end of this, but since I'm just recording it, feel free to put your questions in the comments or DM me or if you have questions. With this masterclass, my intention is for you to become your most empowered creator self, become grounded and confident in this version of you, and start commanding your reality. Okay. So, who is Victoria? I'm a spiritual alchemist coach. I'm an astrologer, intuitive, and I help spiritual women remember who they truly are, and I help them activate. I activate them to create a life they truly desire. If you care about my big three, I'm a Pisces rising, Aquarius sun, and Taurus moon. I am a multi-passionate soul. I'm a mother. I'm an artist at heart, and I'm also a deeply intuitive woman. I speak three languages: English, Serbia, where I'm born in Serbia, and Hungarian is my native language. And I've been on my spiritual path for over a decade, and all of this that I'm going to teach you today is something that I've learned and realized and come to understand for almost 15 years. Okay. And my mission is to help powerful women transmute pain into purpose, rewrite limiting stories, and reclaim their role as conscious creators. Through emotional alchemy, energetic mastery, and soul remembrance, I guide them to rise into embodied truth. So here's a little snippet of my story. I went from being a victim, from chaos to creator for 30 years. I lived in survival mode behind the masks of perfection, chaos, self abandonment. And I looked healed on the outside, but inside I was stuck in fear, guilt, and shame. And I believed love had to be earned, peace wasn't safe, and success had to come through struggle. But I alchemized every wound into wisdom and reclaimed my power. I stopped waiting to be saved and become the creator of my life. I stopped looking for the outside to validate me and became solid on the inside and realized that all the power is within me. And now I help women do the same. I teach them how to turn their pain into power, their fear into wisdom and freedom, and identity into how to become their divine creator self. And since I've been through immense darkness, betrayal, I had a really rough childhood. My 20s were catastrophic. I lived through crazy circumstances. I've been abandoned, betrayed by the closest people to me. I've been in isolation. I've been, even my childhood, I was raised by a narcissist and codependent. And it was a really very dysfunctional home with a lot of fights, daily abuse, and I was the youngest child. I was always pushed to the side, invisible. Um, so I learned to be quiet. I learned to be shy. I learned to be, um, and yeah, this is the path. This is what I did to free myself, and now I teach women how to do the same. And I am the living proof that heaven on earth is possible. Okay, so what happened when I started holding the heaven frequency? So, as I said before, I was overthinking everything. I never felt safe. I learned to always be on guard, and you know, I even developed hyper awareness as a trauma response. I was shrinking energetically. Money always felt like pressure, always living in lack. Love felt distant. I was constantly drained because I was leaking my energy everywhere. And after I started holding the heaven frequency, I became grounded, powerful. I stopped chasing clients, money, aligned doors started opening. I started leading from this heaven frequency. I began commanding my reality. I became fully seen, heard, expressed, and I trusted myself to hold more. So the moment it all changed for me is I tried everything. As I said, I am on this journey for over a decade, and you know, I tried everything, but nothing really stuck. And why was that? Because I was still outsourcing my power. I was stuck in this old identity. I was stuck in this shy, silent, small Vicky, the victim, always hoping life would rescue me, or I was looking outside of myself for someone else to come in and save me. And then I hit rock bottom, which cracked me open, and I finally said enough. And that's when I met my teacher, Pete Sapper, and I also learned about the other influences and teachers, RJ Spina, Bashar. Then I met my mentor Narly K, and I started really. I woke up and became this woman that is confident, that is consistent, that is abundant. I like to say I chose Victoria, the woman born to win, because and the thing is I realized that the power was inside of me all along. Okay, just a second. So how do you know it's time for this heaven activation? If you feel like you're in the in-between, the old you and the woman that you are becoming, or you're tired of looping, second guessing, or doing it all alone, if you are tired of feeling powerless in your reality, and you know that there's more, you want more for yourself, and you're done waiting. So here's the thing. Alchemy doesn't begin when things feel good. It begins when you are brave enough to face yourself. Um, Here's the thing, the depth to which you're willing to meet yourself is the depth to which life can meet you. Your results are a mirror of your willingness to face the truth. So this alchemy work is is not always pretty, and it's not always easy. And usually we are ready to change something when we feel like enough is enough, when we are done with something dragging us along, when we had enough pain, right? And for me, I really my life went into um, it had to fall apart for me to say, okay, it's enough. I'm taking things into my hands now, and I'm willing to do whatever. But you don't have to wait for your life to fall apart. You can do it now. So, what is alchemy? Alchemy is stripping away everything that's not you until only truth remains. So, I like to use this analogy. Imagine that you are, as you are, you're a human body, but you have these layers of clothes on you and these masks on you, which we picked up, during our life. This is our fake personalities, um, our survival, in not instincts, but you know, our survival patterns. And but the true you, underneath it all, your divine self is what you are. It's the truth. but we need to peel away all this fakeness and all this garbage that is actually not you. So that is alchemy. Um, it's turning heartbreak into power, confusion into clarity, and survival into soul-led creation. And this is what I had to do when life broke me. I didn't just heal, I transmute, because even though I was healing for years, I was in the healing phase for 5 years, okay? And nothing changed. Why? Because I was stuck in this old identity and I had to transmute. And that is how I reclaimed my voice, rebuilt my reality, and created a business from nothing, all while mothering, healing, and rising. And as I said, you don't have to wait for your life to go through this complete tower moment, or, you know, wait till your life is completely in ashes. Okay, you can rebuild yourself, you can um, transmute and alchemize before everything starts falling apart. So, alchemy is how you're going to reclaim your voice, rebuild your reality, and create success from your pain and your limitation and your blocks, fears. Alchemy is remembering your magic, as I said, remembering your divinity, and then choosing to live by it every day. So, true transformation begins when you stop running from your pain and start meeting it with presence. Your emotions are messengers, not enemies. So, in order to heal, we have to feel it. Heal it to feel it. And we have to stop running from it. I know I had a lot of pain. I was it was years of these layers built upon each other, of hurt, of abandonment, of betrayal, of all types of pains. And, we are conditioned in this society to run from all of this. We numb ourselves with food, with all kinds of addictions, with smoking, with drinking, with, playing games, with even sex, with, relationships, whatever. We just want to numb ourselves and, but eventually all of this is going to come to the surface and express itself in ways we don't really want. Um, so the bravest thing you can do is to face and look at your pain and all these ugly parts and darkness and not so nice things. So, and this happens when you start listening, right? Start listening, right? And you stop resisting, and you can transmute pain into power to free yourself and to be able to create new reality. Because the thing is, you cannot create a new reality while you're still embodying old wounds, while you're still wearing these layers or masks. It's not going to happen. So here are some key signs that it's time to alchemize your pain and your limitations, or anything that is keeping you small and stuck. So, first and foremost, this was me, as I said, for years. I was stuck in this healing loop. So, you already have the wisdom, you already did the healing, you already um, processed a lot of this. You already um, uh, released the layers, okay? But you're still stuck and still acting like this old version of you that is broken, confused, or waiting for someone else to rescue or give her the answers, okay? So you're basically still stuck in this victim identity. Second one is apologizing for your power. So you dim your light, you second guess yourself, your prices, your value. You shrink when people question your path. And, you know, this is again, you release these layers, but you're still not fully embodying this true divine version of you. And so this is your old self trying not to rock the boat. Third is wearing old identities like armor. So this one is a big one. I'm sure most of you can relate to this. So you say things like, I've always been shy, I'm not consistent, I suck at marketing, I suck at selling, I don't like selling, or even, as an astrologer, I I did this mistake myself and I see people do this. They say like, I'm a Leo, I'm a Pisces, I'm a this and that. So, you know, yes, you are. I'm not going to go into that too much, but that's like an archetype, that's an energy, that's not who you are, okay? You are a creator, you are the source at your core. You are not an Aquarius. Like, it's okay. So, and here we focus on these like old identities that, for example, for me, I was always shy. And, you know, I can say like, I've always been shy. Like, I don't do things like this. And yeah, of course, this old version of me, the Vicky, she wouldn't. She would never do what I'm doing right now. She would never post on social media. She would never share her voice, share her wisdom. She would never, um, but that's an old identity. And the problem here is that you're still letting this old version of you run the show. Okay, four is keeping people around who only know your old self. This is a huge one. Okay, I want to emphasize this. And this one, this one has been a big one for me. And this path often requires us to go through a certain amount of isolation. For me, it's been a long time, but it not always has to be like years. But if you want to change and step into this new version of you, you really have to look in your environment and see who are the people that surround you. You have to stop tolerating relationships where you are still cast as the weak one, the little helper, the messy one, or someone that looks at you like you're a joke, because you know that's not the role you are playing anymore. Okay, five is waiting for proof before claiming the result. So you say you want to manifest abundance, love, confidence, but you still act like the girl who's broke, unlovable, or unseen. You don't need proof. You need to embody the new version. Okay. Six is running your business or your life from survival, not power. You're in the creator seat now, but your life, your decisions, your content, and your energy is still coming from fear, hustle, and asking yourself, will they like me? And that's your past self talking, not your future self creating. So yeah, you are the creator, and get back in the present moment and ground and feel your power and move from that. So here's the thing. If you don't consciously choose who you are being, then you will unconsciously replay who you used to be. And we're going to get into this more um, a little bit later. So I want you to do a quick little check-in. Answer this for yourself, or you can write in the comments. Where are you still looping mentally, emotionally, energetically? So where in your life are you still stuck, still living out some type of limitation, still um, looping in a way? Okay, the next one is, what is one desire that you know is yours, but you still haven't fully claimed it? So whether it's starting a business, manifesting a career, um, a love, a home, whatever, but you still haven't fully claimed it. You know, I think that we are kind of conditioned to shy away from what we truly want because we are so conditioned, so programmed, so limited, and for example, you say you want something, but then you're like, oh, I'm never going to have that, or it's not possible for me, and you know, you immediately start undermining yourself, and we don't do things like that here. Okay, fully um, be honest. One thing that you know is yours, but you still haven't fully claimed it. And on a scale from 1 to 10, how alive do you feel in your life right now? Okay. And yeah, really understand and feel in your heart that you don't have to live in a reality you don't absolutely love. I believe that we are here to have meaningful lives, to live a life of freedom, to remember who we are, to awaken to our true divinity, our power, our um, creator self, and live a life we are happy to wake up to, that we feel fully aligned with. And yeah, that is just making us feel alive and joyous. Okay, so here are a few quotes that I like and that I think is um, important for this masterclass, and really explaining the things that I'm talking about here. And one of my favorites is Carl Jung. I really resonate with his work, and this quote that he said is, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. So this is the thing that I'm talking about. So the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. So it's your privilege to peel away these layers, these masks, and become this divine creator self, the true you. And here's another one that Dr. Wayne Dyer said, and this is um, tying into what I'm going to be talking about next. So you do not attract what you want, you attract what you are. And I already mentioned this, but we are going to go deeper into it a little bit later. So Yeah, I'm going to explain that a little bit later. So, how your reality gets created. This is the root formula. Um, it starts early. The programming starts early. From 0 to 7 years old, we get programmed. This is when our minds functions only on the alpha brainwaves, only in the alpha state. And it's when we only function from the subconscious mind. Our conscious mind is not fully developed yet because we are here and we have to get adapted. We have to learn a lot of things, okay? So, what you see, what you hear, and what you feel in your environment, especially in childhood, right, from 0 to 7, becomes your core beliefs. It shapes how safe you feel and who you are. Your core beliefs then shape your identity. It's how you show up in this world, how you move, okay? Your identity then forms your emotional set point. That's the frequency you hold, okay? And uh, your emotional set point then becomes your energetic signature. So it's your unconscious attraction. Okay, so environment creates beliefs, beliefs create identity, identity creates emotions, and emotions create your energy, which then create your reality. Okay, so as I teach my clients, your outer reality is a printout of your inner world. The universe is a mirror, not a servant. What does this mean? So this goes back into that quote from Dr. Wayne Dyer that you do not attract what you want, you attract what you are. The universe is not your mom, okay? You say, I want this and that, and it doesn't go, okay, here, I will give it to you. No, the universe is a mirror, okay? And you don't look in the mirror with a frown and expect to see a smile, or you don't put lipstick on the mirror and expect it to be, you know, expect you to be different. Um, Everything happens from within. We first have to change, and then the universe change. Um, the mirror changes, right? And heaven is not a place you go to. You know, we have been conditioned by the religious brainwashing that heaven or hell is this place that we experience in the afterlife or after we die. It's actually something that we experience while we are here on earth. And heaven is not a place we go to, it's a frequency we hold and create from within. So here's sorry. Here's an analogy I like to use with my clients. It's called the alchemist's mirror. And this mirror shows the version of you you're currently being, and it's working 24/7 all the time. Okay, this works non-stop. So imagine that you're standing in front of a mirror, not the kind that shows your face, but the one that reflects your energetic truth. I have to drink a little bit of water, sorry. So this reflects your state of being. Okay. So In every single moment, in every single second, ask yourself, in this moment, who am I being? Not what you want, but what are you currently um, radiating? And define this for yourself in a few words. Are you in fear? Are you in love? Are you in, I don't know, are you confident? Are you in shame? So here are some common reflections, what the mirror might show you. Um, that you're attracting people who don't fully see you, so you're inauthentic. That you're working hard, but the results are delayed or blocked. Okay, so there are some limitations, some um, blocks still running in the background. That you have wishy-washy clients, people, reflections in your reality. Okay, you're still not solid within you. Money feels tight. Okay, you're still operating from lack mentality. You're on the edge of something, but not quite landing. Okay, so still, again, some blocks there. Relationships still reflect um, your worthiness, so you are settling for less, you are dimming your light, you are minimizing yourself. You feel unseen, unchosen, or misunderstood, so are you still not owning full power. Um, so yeah, these might be some of the reflections that, sorry, that you might be experiencing. So the two most common archetypes I see in my work and myself that I experienced, and that women embody before this heaven alchemy, is either your looping Luna, which is she's spiritual, mystical, sensitive, but she's looping, she's still stuck in these blocks, and she's still operating from these old identity. She's still living out some survival patterns. Or you are burned out Bella. Burned out Bella, she's driven, she's very hardworking, but she's exhausted, okay, because she's chasing and she's suppressing and she's unfulfilled. She feels like there is more for her. She knows that she wants more and that there is more, but something is just blocking her. It's out of reach for her. So, which one feels more like you? Is it Luna or Bella or even both? So, whether you're looping Luna or burned out Bella, the universe isn't judging you. The universe is just mirroring you. Okay? So, here's the thing, what's actually blocking your change? What's actually blocking you from living your heaven frequency? And it's probably not what you think. Okay? It's not a lack of knowledge. I have hundreds of books. I read hundreds of books over these um, almost 15 years. Okay, I was disciplined. It's not lack of discipline. It's not even a broken strategy. I tried everything, still didn't work. It's not that you're not doing enough, but it's your state of being, okay? Which consists of your emotions, thoughts, beliefs, your identity, and your energy, okay? So that's what we were talking about before. It's how we were how we were programmed, okay? And this is what is actually blocking us. So as you change these, you change your life. Because as within, so without. Um, this is actually a universal law that the inner reflects the outer. So as within, so without. The inner world creates the outer world. So if you see no change, the truth is that you're still being loyal to the past, to a past version of you. From a wounded creator to commander of your reality. Time to alchemize and transform with your coach, Victoria the Alchemist. So now I want to take you through a little exercise, okay? And first of all, I'm going to explain to you a few things. First is the embodiment principle. So here's a practice to shift your state instantly. So most people live by the old model. It goes have, do, be. So this is how most people think. Once I have more money, clients, or love, then I will feel more confident, free, abundant, and I will be able to, I don't know, travel the world, spend more money, invest, whatever. But this is what keeps you chasing, striving, and wanting. Okay. And the truth is, it starts with being first. So the proper way is be, do, have. First, you feel abundant. Then you make aligned decisions. And as a result, the results come in. Okay. So first, you have to embody the version of you who already has it. Act from this version, and then the results will follow. Okay, this is the embodiment principle. This is the proper way of being. But we were brainwashed, we were conditioned and programmed to think and be in the reverse. Okay. So now I want to guide you through a visualization practice to meet your heaven frequency. This is an embodied experience. Now that we've uncovered the truth of who you've been, let's meet the version of you who already is what you are calling in. Okay. So again, I want you to close your eyes and take a deep breath and begin to imagine you're walking down a path and each step takes you closer to the most radiant, powerful version of you. Imagine yourself walking down the stairs. And you can already feel, as you're walking closer and closer, you can feel her presence even before you see her. You feel the air shift and the energy deepen. And as you walk down, you see her. This is your higher self, your heaven self. She stands tall, rooted, magnetic. She's unshakable. There's a calm in her eyes and a quiet fire in her presence. She moves with purpose, speaks with clarity, and she holds nothing back because she knows who she is. Take a moment to really see her. What is she wearing? What energy surrounds her? And where is she? What has she already created? Really feel into this. And she looks at you and smiles because she's not separate from you. She is you without the doubt, without the fear. And here's the truth: you can become her in any moment by choice, by choosing to think as her, speak as her, move as her right now. She steps forward closer to you, and you two merge like light returning to itself. You don't have to chase her, you already are her. Feel her anchor into your body, your breath, and your heart. Let this version of you take the lead from now on. And when you're ready, return to this space and stay embodied. Gently open your eyes. I hope you're feeling the shift, the energy. I hope that you really felt into this version of you and really felt how alive, how magnetic, how confident, how powerful this version of you is. And you became one with this version of you. And now I want you to embody this version of you from now on in every moment, okay? In how you speak, in how you show up, in how you move, in how you dress, every single day. Make this your most important priority to show up as her as much as possible, as much as you can, okay? Because this version is already living the dream life you want, and she's not waiting for permission, she's waiting for you to remember. Okay, so when you do the alchemy, here's what becomes possible. You become the woman who gets what she decides because you are the frequency that is leading and your beliefs align. Okay? You stop chasing and you start attracting, receiving. Money flows with ease. Okay? You start living from abundance. Peace becomes your baseline. Okay? Relationships shift. You no longer relate from wounds. This is when you start aligning with soulmate friends, soulmate people, soulmate relationships, relationships that nurture your soul and that want to see you grow and evolve and, yeah, rise into this heaven frequency. You start speaking, leading, and expressing without shrinking. So, why most spiritual tools don't stick? You can journal, you can visualize, and affirm all day. But if your identity and emotional set point are still rooted in survival and your frequency won't match your desires. Okay. And until you shift who you are being in front of the mirror, always remember the alchemist's mirror, the tools won't land. You have to shift your state of being for this to work. So imagine this is your new reality. You wake up feeling safe, grounded, and certain. No more survival mode, no more proving, no more chasing, no more looking for validation, no more procrastinating or hiding, underperforming. No more of that. Money and clients respond to your energy, not your effort. Love feels true, not performative. You really begin your self-love journey. You start loving yourself, and of course, the mirror is going to reflect that. Your nervous system supports your expansion, and you start speaking without shrinking because you are this heaven um, frequency. So this is what happens when your identity, emotions, and energy align with heaven. So the alchemist's path begins now. This is your next step if all of this resonated so far. And this is the shift you need in identity, energy, emotional frequency to really get unstuck and quantum leap in your life. Then have an activation, 8 weeks to magnetize, to activate your mission and become abundant. This is the program that was made for you. So the Heaven Activation is an 8-week group program for spiritual women that are ready to stop looping in their limitations and start living and creating on their highest heaven-like timeline. This is where you heal the emotional blocks keeping you stagnant and triggered. You shift your energy and identity to become super magnetic to your manifestations. You activate your soul mission and feel unstoppable. You lead with confidence, clarity, and truth in your career. So, this is a full spectrum transformation. It's emotional, energetic, and subconscious. You will live with unshakable self trust, magnetic presence, and a fully embodied mission. I need to hydrate. So here's the breakdown of the Heaven method. This is the method that I created and that I use to transform my own life. Okay, so H stands for heal your story. This is where we write your old story, we choose a new one, and you shift from victim to creator. Okay, we turn the lead into gold by owning your story, turning it around for your advantage. So it doesn't matter where you're coming from, what you've been through. I myself come from hellish circumstances, and I've been able to um, reverse that, alchemize it, and turn it into gold, and really start to see it all as an advantage and build on that. So this is the first step we do. Second is E stands for elevate your frequency. So this is where we do emotional alchemy because you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are, as we talked about already. Okay, we build a solid emotional baseline so your manifestations can land. Okay, we release all the the layers, the masks that may be still hindering you from creating your heaven. Okay. Third is A, align your energy. This is a very important step. We are mastering your energetic field, cleaning up what drains you and activate your magnetic alignment with your desires. So I walk you through energetic practices and nervous system regulation, and we also learn how energy is our most important asset and the ways we are leaking it, how to stop it, how to stop leaking the energy, and ways we um, contain it, enhance it, and how important it is in creating a new reality. Okay. Fourth is V, vibrate your desire. So this is where we learn about identity and embodiment. And you start your quantum alignment practice. So you start embodying your future self daily. This is where we go deeper into learning about identity and embodiment. And you also start using your visualization practice. E is for embody your mission. We decode your soul blueprint using astrology, activate your voice and power, and get you anchored into your mission. So this is where I use my astrology knowledge and we look at your birth chart and see um, what is actually your mission here and how you can embody it, how you can step into it, and we anchor into that. Okay, and last but not least is N, navigate your creation. This is where we learn manifestation and we go deeper into creation. So manifesting and holding the frequency, main character energy, anchor your tools and create momentum. So yeah, for order to create and keep the momentum, we have to understand a few things. So this is what we are going to be learning in the last week. So why H.E.A.V.E.N activation works? H.E.A.V.E.N activation works because it rewires you at the root. So it rewires you on an emotional, energetic, and subconscious level. Okay. And as I talked about, this is exactly what drives your life, what is blocking you. So when we clear this up and we um, imprint these new beliefs and programs, your reality will change as well. So I use astrology to help you align with your soul's blueprint. We do nervous system regulation, EFT tapping, subconscious reprogramming, embodiment practices like breath work, emotional healing, and of course, you have my intuitive guidance. And we shift you out of survival mode and into your true frequency. This where clarity, confidence, and creation flows naturally. Because when your energy, emotion, and identity align, reality has to shift. Okay, this is why this works, and this is why it's important. So how this works? This is um, your old version. You're doing everything right, but you're still asking yourself, why isn't it working? You're affirming, you're journaling, you're manifesting, but underneath it all, you're still stressed, you're still in fear, you still doubt, okay? And this is what happens when you do the work, when you do the H.E.A.V.E.N activation, when you embody your H.E.A.V.E.N frequency, you're going to start feel safe, grounded and certain. You know that everything is flowing. You become regulated, your nervous system is regulated. You are going to have clean, confident energy, and your identity will be matching your desires. So what's inside H.E.A.V.E.N activation? We are going to have 6 transformational group calls, weekly deep dives into the H.E.A.V.E.N method with teaching, coaching, and energetic activations. 2 integration weeks with one-on-one support. So this is where we are going to have our one-on-one calls, and you are going to have Telegram support to support your process. And from Monday to Friday, I'm here for your questions, for guidance, for being support on your journey. You're going to have access to the H.E.A.V.E.N Codes library. This where you're going to find powerful guided meditations, activations, and subconscious rewiring tools to shift from within. You're going to have astrology aligned guidance to create in harmony with your soul's blueprint and cosmic timing. Okay, so as you know, as I said, I'm an astrologer, so I'm going to align you with the cosmic weather and the cosmic energies based on your natal chart and your current astrology chart. In the Telegram, you're going to have a sisterhood, okay, where we are going to be in this group where you're going to be seen, celebrated, and supported to rise. No hiding, no shrinking, okay? We are rooting for each other, we are going big, and yeah. And you're going to have lifetime access to all content, all tools, and all recorded calls and audios. And you're going to have between calls support, some journaling prompts, rituals, embodiment rituals, energetic tools to anchor your new frequency each week. So you're at the crossroads now. From here, you either keep looping in your old identity, the old energy, the old emotional set point, or you say yes to your next level and become the woman who leads from her truth and not her limitations. So this is the moment you need to decide. The version of you who lives in heaven, she's waiting for you to choose her. Okay? Nothing changes if nothing changes, right? So to break through to your highest heaven timeline and embody your most powerful creator self, the investment to this program is 777 euros. But for the first few, for the next 72 hours, it's only going to be 555 euros paid in full or into two payments. And also I offer flexible payment options, whether you want to break it into 2, 3, 4, up to 6 payment plans. So really the 6-month payment plan is 144 euros, which is, it's something that I think everyone can afford. And even, the full price of this program is really, really it's not much. For example, for this knowledge, I paid thousands of euros, and it took me over a decade to learn all of this, to understand all of this, to transform my own life and be able to guide you through this. So, in a way, this is actually a gift, okay? And it's a very, very symbolic price. So yeah, um, your next step is to read the H.E.A.V.E.N activation sales page. I'm going to link that in the video description. Feel free to DM me to ask questions to claim your spot, okay? And also feel free to book a free clarity call if you want to feel into this together. And I want you to observe your identity, emotions, and energy this week. Notice where you're still creating from fear versus truth. Okay? Become aware of how you're operating and see what's going on. And remember, your next level isn't something you chase, it's something that you decide to embody. And also, this is where I would do the Q&A, but since I'm doing this recording, feel free to drop your questions in the comments under this video, or what landed, or if you need coaching on something, and also book your call to join H.E.A.V.E.N activation for the 72-hour promo. You wouldn't want to miss this, okay? And yeah, we are kicking off in a few weeks. Feel into this. Is this something that is aligned with you? That's something that's calling you? I'm here for your questions. Feel free to DM me. And yeah, if you are ready, then claim your spot. H.E.A.V.E.N activation is an 8-week program to activate your mission, magnetism, and abundance, and really start living your heaven frequency and creating your heaven on earth. So if you're ready, I'm here. So yeah, that would be it. We are done with the masterclass. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing yourself. Thank you for um, watching this, and I see you. Bye.